Hi guys, it's me, Arsenal Robert here. I promised you guys I'll do Portal 2, so I decided I'm finally gonna do it. I finished the game, and because this game's been Let's Played to death with every single Let's Play possible on YouTube, I decided to do something different. Because I've already finished the game, I've unlocked all the developer commentary. So I'll play it with the developer commentary running on at the same, not at the same time, because you'll see what you can do with the developer commentary. So here we go with chapter 1. There's 9 chapters in all, or 10 including the chapters. And so let's start the game. I'm playing on, I think, the highest settings on a not too good computer, and it's still running pretty damn well. It runs perfectly without fraps, and with fraps, some of the things later on in the game get a bit hard for the computer to run, but other than that, it runs pretty perfectly. So hopefully the sounds are running alright for you guys to hear me and hear the game at the same time, and I'll be quiet right now.
Good morning. You have been in suspension for 50 days. In compliance with state and federal regulations, all testing candidates in the Aperture Science Extended Relaxation Center must be revived periodically for a mandatory physical and mental wellness exercise. You will hear a buzzer. When you hear the buzzer, look up at the ceiling. Good. You will hear a buzzer. When you hear the buzzer, look down at the floor. Good. This completes the gymnastic portion of your mandatory physical and mental wellness exercise.
That's good. It's not too physically demanding.
There's a painting on the wall. Please go stand in front of it.
Alright, before we do that, this is what I was talking about in the developer commentary. You can come up to here and you press E, or the use button, as I'll mention, and
there is a framed painting on the wall. Please go stand in front of it.
The developers will tell you about ideas that they had in the game. So let's go, and I'll use all of them in the game so you guys can enjoy it.
Hi, my name is Gabe Newell, and welcome to Portal 2. When we released the original Portal in 2007, it was an experiment to see how gamers would respond to a different kind of gameplay and storytelling experience. Portal went on to win a bunch of awards, sell many copies, and, most importantly, resonate with gamers in a way that no other Valve title has. The challenges for us in building Portal 2 were to live up to people's expectations, to take you back to the world of Chell and Aperture Science, and to surprise gamers again, not with more of the same, but with more of the new. And I think it will be, mostly, a pleasant surprise. To listen to a commentary node, put your crosshair over the floating commentary symbol and press your use key. To stop a commentary node, put your crosshair over the rotating node and press the use key again. Some commentary nodes may take control of the game in order to show something to you. In these cases, simply press your use key again to stop the commentary. Please let me know what you think after you've had a chance to play Portal 2. I can be reached at gaben@valvesoftware.com. I get about 10,000 emails each time we release a game, and while I can't respond to all of them, I do read all of them.
I'm sure.
Thanks, and have fun.
Yeah, I'm sure he got a lot more after the after he mentioned telling people to email him.
This is
the idea of being stuck forever in a state of stasis that looked like.
Stare at the art.
Alright, so we're supposed to be staring at the art. Beautiful painting.
You should now feel mentally reinvigorated. If you suspect staring at art has not provided the required intellectual sustenance, reflect briefly on this classical music. Good. Now please return to your bed.
Right, before we go to our bed, let's just listen to what this guy had to say.
The idea of being stuck forever in a state of stasis that looked like a crappy old motel room had been in our minds for a long time, but we weren't sure exactly how we wanted to rip you out of it. There was some debate over whether the opening sequence happened inside the player's head or not. There was an alternate opening where Aperture had hooked up all of its cryo-stored test subjects to an incredibly boring hotel room simulator, which Wheatley would then wake the player from. Eventually, this was discarded as too difficult to explain in the short time allotted, and we opted to change the hotel room to a container ride on a rail. This allowed us to show the player, rather than tell them about how they and other test subjects have been stored, show some of the scale of the facility, and even hint at how much time has passed. We also get to gradually reveal all of this through the destruction of the container itself as it moves and bangs into things. Overall, this gives the player a much more dynamic and visceral introduction to Portal 2.
Alright, you'll see what he means by the container ride on a rail later.
The writers went back and forth over whether or not Wheatley had tried escaping with other test subjects before waking the player
And you
up.
don't know who Wheatley is, he'll come
It was
up
an interesting
very
idea,
shortly.
and you can still hear remnants of the story arc in some of the dialogue. But at the end of the day, it was just too expansive a concept to sell. So it's hinted at, but not overtly mentioned until the end.
And of course, I'm sure you guys have already seen Portal 2 Let's Plays, so I'm sure you guys already know what's happening. I'm just doing a bit something different because everyone else has done a Portal 2 Let's Play. I'm just going to do the developer commentary with it. Oh, that's Wheatley. Let's open up the door.
Oh God, you look good. Looking good, actually. Are you okay?
Good first impression there, Wheatley.
Answer that. I'm absolutely sure you're fine. There's plenty of time for you to recover. Just take it slow.
Please prepare for emergency evacuation.
Stay calm. Stay calm. Prepare. That's all I'm saying. Prepare. It's all fine. All right. Don't move. I'm gonna get us out of here. Oh, you might want to hang on to something. Word of advice. Up to you.
Okay. It's like night time now. I don't remember the moon being there. Maybe I just got short-term memory loss.
You all right down there?
Alright.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you, Wheatley.
Most test subjects do experience some cognitive deterioration after a few months in suspension. Now, you've been under for quite a lot longer, and it's not out of the question that you might have a very minor case of serious brain damage. But don't be alarmed, all right? Although if you do feel alarmed, try to hold on to that feeling, because that is the proper reaction to being told that you've got brain damage. Do you
That's a
understand
relief.
what I'm saying at all? Does any of this make any sense? Just tell me, just say yes.
Yes. Ooh, space to speak.
Okay, what you're doing there is jumping. You just
fine.
jumped. But never mind. Say apple. Apple. Okay, you know what? That's
Yeah,
close enough.
we're
Just
full
hold tight.
retard. Never go full retard.
All reactor core safeguards are now non-functional. Please prepare for reactor core meltdown.
Okay, look, I wasn't going to mention this to you,
Uh-oh.
but I'm in pretty hot water here. How you doing down there? You still holding on? The reserve power ran out, so of course the whole relaxation centre stops waking up the bloody test subjects. Hold on, this is a bit tricky. And of course, nobody tells me
What the hell is he doing?
No, why should you tell me anything? Why should I be kept informed? You know, about the life functions of the 10,000 bloody test subjects I'm supposed to be in charge of. Why? It's close. Can you see? Am I gonna make it through? Have I got enough space?
Don't tell me he's gonna try.
I'll get through here.
Oh.
Right, I just don't concentrate. And whose fault do you think it's going to be when the management comes down here and finds 10,000 flipping vegetables?
Vegetables?
Alright, so now I hit that one. I hit that
How
one.
does he say vegetables?
Okay, listen, we should get our story straight, alright? If anyone asks, and no one's going to ask, don't worry, but if anyone asks, tell them as far as you know, the last time you checked, everyone looked pretty much alive. Alright? Not dead. Okay, almost there. On the other side of that wall is one of the old testing tracks. There's a piece of equipment in there that we're going to need to get out of here. I think this is a docking station. Get ready.
I hope this is a docking station. Actually, I think this does say docking station, so
Good news.
it's under
That
there,
is not a
I
docking
think.
station. So there's one mystery solved. I'm going to attempt a manual override on this wall. Could get a bit technical. Hold on.
Clearly getting technical. Clearly.
Almost there. Remember,
Always a man of
you're
his
looking
word,
for a
Wheatley
gun
is.
that makes
You'll
holes.
see later on in the game.
Not bullet holes. But don't worry, you'll figure it out. Seriously, do hold on this time.
And we made it.
There we go. Now, I'll be honest, you are probably in no fit state to run this particular type of cognitive gauntlet. But at least you're a good jumper. So you got that, you got the jumping on your side.
Yes,
Just do your best, and I'll meet you up ahead.
Okay, so let's see what the developers wrote.
The container ride destruction sequence provided some unique technical challenges. The dynamics you experience are actually computed as
The
two
guy actually
separate
sounds
but
Australian.
nested simulations.
Probably is
The
Australian.
first is a core scale simulation designed as a stress element analysis pass. This pass computes the overall gross motion of the container itself and computes the collisions and breakpoints based on path keyframe data and a network of constraints. As the container bumps and crashes along, the constraints start breaking and the room progressively starts to come apart. There are over 300 rigid bodies and 900 constraints in this rig, all individually configured for properties like tensile, friction, and collision response. The core simulation portrayed gross motion that captured the main dynamics of the ride, but not the fine details. The product of the core simulation was then used to deform spline-based surfaces representing the container geometry, which in turn were parents to fine debris anchored as rigid bodies. As the surface deformations increase, anchors are broken and the fine debris rigid bodies are released into the simulation. The fine simulation also includes the interior furniture and the model detailing. The two simulations were then connected using cache data and were driven together by a series of scripts. Due to the computational complexities of having two nested simulations, we had to come up with some solutions to some interesting mathematical problems. One problem was that the nested nature of the simulations resulted in some instability in the fine debris calculations due to floating point computational limits. The solution employed for this was to compute the fine debris on a stage where the root transform of the course simulation was essentially cancelled out and stored for later use. This allowed us to more accurately detect the fine interactions between the debris and the environment. Post-simulation, the root transform position and inertia were reapplied to the details. We solved the problem of trying to compute the player within this highly dynamic environment by putting them in a virtual room that has all the base shapes of the rendered container, but is simply used to compute player navigation. It's hidden somewhere else in the map. The viewpoint of the player is then parented to the course simulation transform, resulting in the final rendered frame. At the end of the ride, the player is teleported into the actual game space. The simulations were iterative, enabling us to sculpt the dynamics in parallel with gameplay design. In the final product there are over 1,200 rigid bodies, 900 constraints and 1,000 joints. With all the iterations combined, the actual runtime spent computing the simulation was 92.4875 days.
Wow. Well, there you go. There's a bit of insight into the game. That's pretty amazing. Alright, and I've got to remember that each time I click one of those director commentary things, I've got to stand still because now we missed out a bit of speech from Wheatley because GLaDOS isn't around yet. So this is, I don't know if you guys will play the first Portal. I'm guessing you guys most likely have. It's exactly like the first mission, except it's like way in the future. It's all overgrown because we killed GLaDOS, as you guys remember. And where are we? Going over here. Okay. So these missions are basically the same as the
remains an important tool for science,
first couple in the first
even
Portal.
in a dire emergency. If cube and button-based testing caused this emergency, don't worry. The odds of this happening twice are very slim.
Okay. Just the basic simple stuff for the start, I think, hopefully.
Please note the incandescent particle field across the exit. This aperture science material emancipation grill will vaporize any unauthorized equipment that passes through it.
Okay, here we go. Definitely gave the lifts a bit of an upgrade. Here we go, loading screens. I'll upload the sections in chapters because I'm not really too keen on uploading just parts.
If you feel liquid running down your neck, relax, lie on your back, and apply immediate pressure to your temples. You are simply experiencing a rare reaction in which the material emancipation grill may have emancipated the ear tubes inside your head.
Yeah, because as I said, everyone on YouTube basically uploaded videos of Portal, and I haven't seen any director commentary, so I'm just going to do that. Alright, so what are we doing? Just the companion boxing. Oh, here we go.
This room is meant to teach players the fundamentals of portals, connecting them to two places in the world. As the blue portal moves around the world, the orange stays rooted. In the original Portal, this room had these portals moving by themselves on a timer. This led to most people simply staring through their orange portal, waiting for the blue one to end up in the right place. We felt that altering this to make the players decide where the portals came out was more instructive, and meant that players who already knew how to use portals could solve this puzzle both quickly and with authority.
Yeah, so definitely a lot of time and effort goes into doing all this. Alright, so what are we doing? There we go. We need to get one box. And then Press this. Put that box over there. There we go. I got to think with portals with this game. So there we go. Open this up. And there we go. Now we can exit.
Good. Because of the technical difficulties we are currently experiencing, your test environment is unsupervised. Before re-entering a relaxation vault at the conclusion of testing, please take a moment to write down the results of your test. An Aperture Science Reintegration Associate will revive you for an interview when society has been rebuilt.
Okay, so clearly we're down here for a long amount of time. I think it comes out to like a couple million years or something. I think Wheatley even said in the first little section of the game.
Sentient cloud, or other governing body that either refuses to or is incapable of listening to reason.
Obviously, they're having you go at the UN, and those robots being their leaders. Guy bowing down. Oh, that's funny. All right. I haven't seen too many Easter eggs or anything yet.
Hey, you made
But
it.
oh, there's Wheatley.
There should be a portal device
Where is
on
he?
that podium over there. Oh!
Whoa, there was no portal device.
Hello? Can you see the portal gun?
Oh, there it is.
Also, are you alive?
Well-
That's important. Should have asked that first.
Yes,
Do you know
probably.
what I'm going to do? I'm going to work on the assumption that you're still alive, and I'm just going to wait for you up ahead. I'll wait 1 hour, then I'll come back, and assuming I can locate your dead body, I'll bury you. Alright? Brilliant. Go team! See you in an hour, hopefully. If you're not dead.
Okay. Always very positive Wheatley is. Alright, where are we going now? There's a... Alright, we just... Oh, yay. Tell the commentary.
We thought of making a whole new character for Portal 2,
Realm
but we didn't
Lovejoy.
want to lose the
That is
relationship
so not
between
her
Gladys
name.
and Chill that began in Portal 1. Once we decided to stay with Chill, we wanted to improve her look, updating her leg springs and jumpsuit to have a more functional design. At the same time, we didn't want players to not recognize her, so we kept a lot of the iconic elements like the color orange. She has folded down her jumpsuit to show she has essentially rolled up her sleeves and shed some of the Aperture label. She is awake again to test, but stronger and more determined than ever.
Obviously, one of the funniest parts of Portal is that you can check your lady out. Her name is Cho. Alright. This place is massively overgrown. Where are we off to now? Where's Wheatley? Oh.
Some emergency testing may require prolonged interaction with lethal military androids. Rest assured that all lethal military androids have been taught to read and provided with 1 copy of the Laws of Robotics to share.
Alright, so we can't jump through that way, so we can go this way. There we go. I've already done all this, if any of you guys are wondering, so... yeah, that's why I'm getting everything right.
If you feel that a lethal military
now.
android has not respected your rights as detailed
What?
in the Laws of Robotics, please note it on your self-reporting form. A future Aperture Science Entitlement Associate will initiate the appropriate grievance filing paperwork.
Alright, but later on in the game, I will most likely forget a couple of things and just stumble across them really, really badly. But I'm not doing this blind, obviously, because I've finished the game, so I won't be too confused in parts, in the really hard
This next
parts.
test is very dangerous. To help you remain tranquil in the face of almost certain death, smooth jazz will be deployed in 3, 2, 1.
Okay, I don't care about the jazz.
This map was one of the first of the older Portal maps that we beat up and decayed to bind the 2 games together. The smooth jazz joke is probably the oldest one in the game. The team discovered through playtesting that smooth jazz was funny to all ages, genders, and cultures.
Okay, alright. Portal that through here, there we go. And there we go. Easy peasy. 4 out of 19. Alright, where are we off to now? Here we go. I remember this one.
Starting out in the ruins of the test chambers from the first portal was our goal pretty much from day one. We wanted to give players a sense of nostalgia for what they had played, but also make it very clear that things had changed. Not only in a fictional sense, but in a graphical one as well. We needed to bridge the gap between the first game's simpler art assets and the much more complex look of Portal 2.
Yep, Portal 2 definitely does look a lot better. Alright. Okay. And this way. Alright. It's going to be embarrassing because I'm sure I'm going to get something wrong. Soon-ish. Wait, what do? We go up here. God damn rubble. Alright, there we go.
Great work. Because this message is pre-recorded, any observations related to your performance are speculation on our part. Please disregard any undeserved compliments.
Oh. Okay. No, we can't get... Oh, we... Alright, we could go that way. But there's no need to. Let's go up here, see if there's any Easter eggs. I want to find something. So we can post it up on YouTube and like get millions and millions of views. Alright. Oh, we can actually pick something up this time? Why can we pick this one up? Oh wow. I really cannot remember picking... I did not pick anything up in my first playthrough, basically. All I really picked up was turrets and my companion boxes. And here we go. Right. We should be getting near the end of the first chapter, I think. Hopefully. Hopefully it's not too long. Hopefully the game doesn't crash or anything and then I lose the whole recording. That would be not too good. But hopefully you guys are enjoying the developer commentary as well.
If the Enrichment Center is currently being bombarded with fireballs, meteorites, or other objects from space, please avoid unsheltered testing areas wherever a lack of shelter from space debris does not appear to be a deliberate part of the test.
Okay. Where is the orange portal? I have no idea, do I? Nope. Orange. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay. Nothing we can listen to here? No? Alright. Fair enough. What is this? Pressing this to? This. Alright, it does the stairs. Okay. I think I might remember what this was. What I had to do. There we go. We had to do that. Let's go up the stairs. Get these two going. There we go. It's going to drop down and come through. Oh, wait. We got it. Oh, I know what we had to do. Damn it. This is timed as well. Alright. Actually, does this show you the timer? No. A couple of the buttons, they actually show you the time limit that they have, which is a pretty cool feature. There we go. Okay. Because that came through here and that thing stopped it. Okay. Hopefully this game is also running to your heart's content with the frames per second.
Remind you that although circumstances
about
may appear
23, 25, so not too good.
Aperture science personality constructs will remain functional.
Hopefully not too noticeable.
Low power environments of as few as 1.1 volts.
And off we go into the darkness. There's so many people doing Let's Play this, like Toby Games was. He's basically the person that everyone looks up to that does Let's Plays because he's so funny.
This next test applies the principles of momentum to movement through portals. If the laws of physics no longer apply in the future, God help you.
Yes. If the laws of physics don't work, then we definitely need more than help. Alright, so this is the forward momentum portal thing. Oh, maybe. Okay. Here we go. We're going to fly down here. And then what should happen is we go through that one. And our momentum brings us over there. So let's try that theory out. And there we go. Okay. How do I get this done? I get this done. Oh, like that. I remember. Okay. Okay. So now we do this again, except with a companion cube. Here we go. Whoop. Oh.
If
Okay.
you are a non-employee who has discovered this facility amid the ruins of civilization, welcome. And remember, testing is the future, and the future starts with you.
Thank you. Oh, wise announcer.
Much of the fun in Portal is based on the joy of the aha moment when you learn something new. The game needs a very specific pacing to ensure these moments. If things are too easy, then you're robbed of that moment since it feels like you didn't accomplish anything. If it's too hard, then players feel stupid instead of smart when they finally realize that one small part of the puzzle that they were missing. Unfortunately, trying to create that delicate balance leads to a lot of shuffling of levels and a lot of revisions and tweaks to existing levels. When we started the project, making any big structural change in a level, or the order of levels, would lead to hours or even days of busy work, trying to reconnect things and make sure they lined up again. If we ever wanted to ship something the size of Portal, with the finely tuned balance we desired, then we needed a way to be able to make the big changes to the layout of the game, without paying the cost of making everything line up again. We needed a way to bend space. We needed to think with portals. Using portals to connect different areas in the world, we could make any type of impossible space work out. You could look through a hallway into the next room, but the hallway might be on the other side of the map, and the room you were looking into might be in a completely different orientation. We could seamlessly insert an elevator, a huge expansive vista, a room that was bigger on the inside than the outside, or even create an infinite fall by connecting a shaft back into itself. Soon every connection between any space was a portal. We could even switch them on the fly. Even a simple door worked like the cartoons, just a facade painted on a wall that seamlessly opened somewhere else entirely. Once the game settled down, we were able to finalize our path and remove all the world portals. There's only one impossible space left in the whole game. See if you can figure out where it is.
You sure that's a hint? Okay, anyway. Back to this. Okay. What's happening this time? I have no idea. Okay, that's what's happening. Yes, that is indeed what's happening. We're going all that way. Okay. We should make it out there somewhere. Here we go. Ah. Okay. We made it there. How about let's make it there somehow. Okay. Here we go. Ooh, alright, good stuff. We made that jump as well. And now we need to go up this way. Oh, did we make it? Yes, only just. Oh no. That's embarrassing. Alright. Yeah, this Let's Play is just going to be really, really quick.
Good work getting this
Because
far,
this game
future
isn't too
starter.
big either.
That said, if you are simple-minded, old, or irradiated in such a way that the future should not start with you, please return to your primitive tribe and send back someone better qualified for testing.
Oh, funny. Alright. Yeah, there was this one guy that sat through and did the whole game and he uploaded it and it was 5 hours long. So he said it took him like 7.5 hours to render and only 1.5 hours to upload, which is pretty amazing because it takes me
All
up.
safety devices have been disabled. The Enrichment Center respects your right to have questions or concerns about this policy.
Yeah, it takes me an hour, no, not an hour, 90 minutes, like an hour and a half to upload a 15-minute video of a pretty graphical game. Alright.
I'm up here! Oh, brilliant! You did find a portal gun! Oh, do you know what? It just goes to show, people with brain damage are the real heroes.
Oh.
In the end, aren't they, at the end of the day? Brave. Come on through!
Shut up, Wheatley. Okay, I remember this section was in one of the like E3
Come on through to the other
videos.
side.
No, shut up, Wheatley.
This interaction with Wheatley was the first that we hooked up for our initial showing at E3.
Love this guy's accent.
It demonstrated how Wheatley would be an actor in the world,
Oh,
and
no.
how the player
Yes,
would not only
initially
be interacting with him
yes.
directly, but also using him to interact with the Aperture facility.
Come on through!
Yes. As I was saying. Oh, here's another one.
Okay, listen, let me lay something on you here. It's pretty heavy. They told me never, never, ever to disengage myself from my management rail or I would die. But we're out of options here. So get ready to catch me, alright, on the off chance that I'm not dead the moment I pop off this thing. On 3. Ready? 1.
Let's get away from him. I want to see him die.
2, 3. That's high. It's too high, isn't it? Really, that. All right, going on 3 just gives you too much time to think about it. Let's go on 1 this time. Okay. Ready? 1. Catch me, catch. Ow. Ow.
Oh, what an idiot.
I am not dead. I'm not dead.
It's a miracle.
I can't move then. That's the problem now. Are you still there? Could you pick me up, do you think? If you are there?
Yeah, shut Wheatley. Alright, let's
The Wheatley model was designed as a mechanical version of the original Portal 1 personality sphere. Originally, they filled a very similar role to that in Portal 1, so we needed one base model which could hold a lot of different expressions. Experimenting with different rigging ideas, we came up with the onion skin design, where a number of spherical plates could slide around inside each other, all supported on a small motion platform mounted on a gyroscope. This meant that no matter what expression Wheatley was pulling, he always retained his spherical shape. The modelers and the animators collaborated closely on these early tests to make sure the design supported the range of expression needed to satisfy any personality sphere that got designed. Lots of ideas were thrown out, such as a small internal robot arm that Wheatley could pull out of one of his ports and pull himself around with. We were careful to make the mechanics look plausible, but we had to cheat the eyelids, since they ended up being a physical impossibility. There was no way all that geometry could fit into the space around his eye without clipping out the other side, but they were such an essential feature of the model that we resorted to crushing them up inside the eye, where the player can't see them.
Look down. Who's that down there talking? It's me! Down on the floor, needing you to pick me up.
Alright. It's amazing how much work they actually put in this game.
Oh, brilliant, thank you, great. Plug me into that stick on the wall over there, yeah? And I'll show you something. You'll be impressed by this.
Alright, this stick, alright.
Yeah, I can't do it if you're watching. Seriously, I'm not joking. Could you just
Really?
turn around for a second?
How rude. Oh.
Alright, you can turn around now. Bam! Secret panel. That I opened while your back was turned. Pick me up. Let's get out of here.
Oh, I hate Wheatley so much. So annoying.
No rail to tell us where to go. Oh, this is brilliant. We can go wherever we want.
Oh, brilliant, lad.
Hold on though, where are we going? Seriously. Hang on, let me just get my bearings. Just follow the rail, actually.
Alright.
How do you make a giant mechanical eyeball express life and emotions, let alone give the impression that he's talking when he has no mouth? The animator's understanding of human behavior came in handy for bringing Wheatley the personality sphere to life. Talking is so much more than just moving a character's mouth. You have to use body language, head attitudes, and rhythm of movement and eye focus to indicate a character's feelings and motivations. Slow, smooth head moves, a steady gaze, and a relaxed eye aperture indicate that Wheatley is calm. Short, sharp head turns, rapid blinks, and glancing around indicate nervousness or deceit. Add a tightly constricted eye aperture and a little shiver to show fear. Tilting the body away while keeping the eye focused on the player signals an attempt at cleverness that ultimately only fools Wheatley himself. Suspicion is communicated by squinting his eyelids and handles, which function as very expressive eyebrows.
I love
and
how
shapes.
he's doing exactly what she's talking about.
It's also fun to remind the player that Wheatley is a machine. When hacking, his eye and body segments become perfectly centered and spin mechanically, inspired by the spinning tape reels on old UNIVAC computers. And when he wants to look far in front, he flips his eye all the way over to the other side of his head. This animation approach, combined with the writing and vocals, makes Wheatley quite a unique and entertaining character. Part human, part machine, all eye, and no brain.
Definitely no brain. Couldn't agree more. Alright. It must have like massive amounts of teams working on this.
No. Yes, hello, no, we're not stopping. Don't make eye contact, whatever you do. No, thanks, we're good. Appreciate it. Keep moving, keep moving.
Okay. I'm different. Alright. I think that'll be the end of the first chapter, isn't it? Probably. Would not be surprised if that was the end of the first chapter. I think long first chapter.
Probably ought to bring you up to speed on something right now. In order to escape, we're going to have to go through her chamber. And
yes,
she
GLaDOS.
will probably kill us if she's awake.
Yes, about GLaDOS. She's alive.
Okay, I'm gonna lay my cards on the table. I don't want to do it. I don't want to go in there. Don't go in there. She's off. She's off. Don't panic over it. She's off. All fine. On we go. There she is. What a nasty piece of work she was, honestly. Like a proper maniac. Do you know who ended up taking her down in the end? You're not going to believe this. A human.
Oh,
I know.
no way.
I wouldn't have believed either. Apparently this human
No
escaped
way.
and nobody's seen him since. Then there was a sort of long chunk of time where absolutely nothing happened. And then there's us escaping now. So that's pretty much the whole story. You're up to speed. Don't touch him.
Cool story, bro.
Originally, GLaDOS was built to curl up and disguise herself as one of her rings, potentially explaining how she had survived the explosion at the end of Portal 1. But this wasn't a very dramatic reveal, so we threw it out in favor of spreading her out over a greater distance. This also made her more recognizable as GLaDOS when you initially crossed the room. The actual wake-up animation was a combination of simulated animation with a layer of hand-keyed animation over the top. A two-stage model was created for this scene. The first stage had separate pieces and connecting cables that would be drawn together by running a physics simulation so that the pieces would interact with the environment. Physics simulations were also used to break apart the objects GLaDOS crashed into while she writhes around. At the point where GLaDOS rises free of contact with the ground, she switches instantaneously to a fully connected model with controls for hand-keyed animation. From this point, the animator enhanced GLaDOS's awakening by hand, choreographing the violent chaos of her re-emerging consciousness, while at the same time conveying the weight of a machine the size of an airliner. Once the hand-keyed animation was done, a final simulation pass was run to animate the cables and dangling parts of GLaDOS's body. The scene was produced very rapidly for an E3 deadline, and a traditional rig for the sequence was never fully realized. This made it difficult when we extended the sequence after E3 to add further animation, but we accomplished it by bearing in mind that GLaDOS herself is pretty broken at this point. The last part of the sequence requires the player to lose control of their view while being immobilized by a giant mechanical pincher. Once the controlled camera takes over, a careful alignment and time synchronization was required to make all the hand-animated models and camera interact with each other. Each of the stages in this wake-up scene contain a variety of processes that are very challenging to achieve live in a game engine.
Alright, so they're all pre-rendered, obviously. I don't really blame him because the animations are really, really good. As you can see, Wheatley is... I don't know, he's just staring right at us right now.
Okay,
So.
down these stairs.
Oh, thanks for that,
Jump.
Wheatley.
Actually, look at it. That's quite a distance, isn't it?
Wish we could drop him.
Okay, you know what? Go ahead and jump. You've got braces on your legs, so you're all set. Although no braces on your arms, though. So you're going to have to rely on the old human strength to keep a grip on the device and, by extension, me. So do really make sure you keep a grip on me. Also, a note: no braces on your spine either. So don't land on that.
Yeah, sure, Wheatley.
Oh, still held. Still being held.
Funny.
That's a great job. You've applied the grit. We're all fine. That's tremendous.
It's magic, isn't it?
Sorry, I just looked down.
Isn't it just Wheatley?
I've just done it again.
Bottomless pits. Alright.
This is the main breaker room. Let's go in. Look for a switch that says escape pod. All right, don't touch anything else. Not interested in anything else. Don't touch anything else. Don't even look at anything else.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna find it.
You've got to look at everything else to find the escape pod.
Just
but as
saying.
soon as you look for something that doesn't say escape pod, look at something else. Look at the next thing. All right, but don't
And
touch
we're locked
anything
in
else.
here.
Or look at,
That's
well,
not
look
good.
at other things, but don't. You understand? Can you
Yes,
see it
I do.
anywhere? I can't see it anywhere.
No.
Tell you what, plug me in and I'll turn the lights on.
Okay.
Let there be light. That's God. It's quoting God. Oh, look at that. Turning. Ominous. But probably fine, as long as it doesn't start, moving up.
No, we don't want that.
Escape pod. It's moving up. Okay. No, don't worry. I've got it. This should slow it down. No, makes it go faster.
Idiot.
Power up initiated.
Okay, don't panic. All right, stop panicking. I can still stop this. There's a password. Okay, it's fine. I'll just hack it. Not a problem.
Yes. Okay.
A. C. Wait, did I do B? Do you have a pen? Start writing these down.
Power up complete.
I don't. Okay. Listen. All right, new plan. Act natural. We've done nothing wrong.
No.
Oh, it's you.
You know her.
It's been a long time. How have you been? I've been.
Yeah, that human you were talking about, Wheatley. Yes, that one.
After you murdered me.
Did what? Oh no! No, 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 no! Oh no, 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 no!
Okay, look, we both said a lot of things that you're going to regret. But I think we can put our differences behind us.
What about Wheatley? You just killed Wheatley.
Monster.
Oh.
I will say, though, that since you went to all the trouble of waking me up, you must really, really love to test.
Damn.
I love it too.
How do you know?
There's just
no,
one
she's not going to throw me in
we
there.
need to take care of first.
No. Ah! Alright, I think that's the end of the first chapter. Maybe. Hopefully. There's 9 chapters in all, and then there's the 10th one, which is credits. So the credits are actually really, really good. But let's just fall down in this massive, massive pit. See where it takes us. Uh-oh. Oh. Yeah, GLaDOS is definitely mental.
The Incinerator Room. Be careful not to trip over any parts of me that didn't get completely burned when you threw them down here. The dual portal device should be around here somewhere. Once you find it, we can start testing, just like old times.
Okay. Oh, look at that. Metal magically moves for us. Okay. The hell? Alright. Turret coming through. Okay.
There it is. Hold on.
Oh, there it is. Can't take it out? No.
There.
Thank you.
You have a dual portal device. There should be a way back to the testing area up ahead. Once testing starts, I'm required by protocol to keep interaction with you to a minimum. Luckily, we haven't started testing yet.
Oh.
This will be our only chance to talk.
Oh, okay.
Here, let me get that for you. Do you know the biggest lesson I learned from what you did? I discovered I have a sort of black box quick save feature. In the event of a
That's
catastrophic failure, the last 2 minutes of my life are preserved for analysis. I was able, well, forced really, to relive you killing me again and again, forever. You know, if you'd done that to somebody else, they might devote their existence to exacting revenge.
Yeah, but you're better than
Luckily,
it.
I'm a bigger person than
Yes.
that. I'm happy to put this all behind us and get back to work. After all, we've got a lot to do, and only 60 more years to do it. More or less. I don't have the actuarial tables in front of me.
There's one of Wheatley's friends. Alright. Oh, yay. 19 out of 19. Alright, let's see what they have to say.
When the player first encounters the robot arms, we wanted to convey that they were still coming back online. The idea was that GLaDOS was just waking up and hadn't yet fully regained control of them. Slowly over the course of the first few levels of this act, she gets more sure of herself, and her ability to alter and mess with the lab increases. The arms presented a number of challenges, the key one being the interaction with the player. It was easy for the player to get stuck behind or inside of the models if they did something too complex. So we had to limit most of the arm action to the walls or ceilings of the test chambers, and we restricted their use on a larger scale to areas where we could be sure of the player's location.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Alright, so the guy that said that this is the first few levels of this chapter, so I think this is chapter 2 already. It didn't come up though. I thought it would, but maybe it will now. I'm not exactly sure. Because it usually, for a couple of the chapters I remember it said chapter like, whatever, chapter 4, 5, 6. There we go, chapter 2, the cold boot. Before we get to chapter 2, I will bring this to an end and render this and upload it for you guys. Hopefully there'll be 9 episodes of me playing Portal 2, which will be about, I don't know, 5 hours or so. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. See ya, and don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe.